If you follow the price of the gold, you probably have noticed that the price of it keeps going up. So the question is, should you buy gold right now? I'm actually going to argue the opposite. This actually might be the worst time to buy gold, and I'm going to explain why in this video. So why the price of gold is going up? There are multiple reasons for that. There can be political reasons, global uncertainty. I don't want to talk about political parts, of course, but whatever the reason behind that, people might think that gold is a safe haven. Gold is going to protect themselves from losing their asset because of whatever is happening. And that's why people are thinking about gold. But here is where people stop thinking. Just because the price of the gold is going up doesn't mean that it's a good investment for a long term. You see, gold doesn't produce cash flow. Gold doesn't give you dividends. There is no earning growth for gold. There is no innovation behind gold. It's all about appreciation. But let's talk history, because gold has been here before. You see, gold was a safe haven in the late 1970s. It peaked around 1980 and then it collapsed. And here's the part people never tell you. If you bought at the peak, you basically lost a lifetime. That's not protection, that's stagnation. If you had bought gold in 1980, it would have taken you more than 40 years to recover your money. Think about it, more than 40 years to recover and basically become break even. Now let's take a look at an alternative, the S&P 500. Since 1980s, the S&P 500 is up thousands of percent, and on top of that, it has given dividends. And if you think about it, the S&P 500, there are companies behind that, there are innovations behind that, and there is AI and all of these 500 companies that are pushing this index to keep going up and up. So there is a reason behind that. Compared to gold, where it's actually appreciation, it's a physical asset that people think it's going to be a safe haven to protect their asset. Here is my personal take on gold. Gold isn't a long-term investment. It is a signal. Whenever you see heavy gold buying, it basically means that there is a fear and people think of uncertainty. But at some point, when this fear disappears, the money stops going to the gold, and the money will be pulled away from the gold to the other assets. And that's when things get crazy and scary. If you think more about it, gold pumping aggressively might actually mean that the next rotation is coming. So if you think about it, we're getting closer and closer to the peak. And at some point, that 1980 thing might happen again. And boy, you don't want to wait 40 years to recover your money. So should you buy gold? And here's my answer. If your short-term goal is to protect your asset, maybe yes, but be careful. But if your goal is investment, no. The history has told us that gold is not an asset for long-term wealth building. Buying gold at all-time high because of FOMO or fear of missing out might actually be the recipe of the disaster. That's actually how most people might end up losing their asset and waiting for years and years to recover. And God forbids if you put all of your savings into the gold. No, Don't do this. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you learned something. I highly recommend you to subscribe to my channel because in the next video I'm going to go over the only two stocks that I have been buying since last year and the beginning of this year. I've made a lot of money and I'll present to you all of the reasoning behind why these two stocks are the best for 2026. So subscribe to my channel because you don't want to miss that video. And about the gold, I'm curious what you think about it. Let me know in the comments below if you think gold is a safe haven or if it's a long-term trap. With that, thank you so much for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one.